This week on OSRL,
we complete the framing in preparation for the arrival of straw bales to build the walls of our house.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Now, if you're new here, my wife and I were building our own home off-grid here in the Arizona desert. And if you've been a viewer, you've probably seen our last video where I haphazardly injured my ankle. Well, it's almost back to 100%. It's feeling pretty good. You know, if I bend it kind of far, yeah, there's a little bit of discomfort in there, but all in all, almost back to 100%. So I want to get back to the framing. I want to get this done. We just got confirmation, big news, just got confirmation on the straw bales, and they should be here in about a week's time. Very cool. That means we've got a lot to get done. I definitely want to get this framing done, and I want to be ready for when the bales get here. That way we could just get them in place and we're good to go. So I definitely got a lot to do. Let's push on with getting this house done. I was fortunate enough to find some used 2x12 lumber, and I thought that was excellent to kind of put at the bottom of these doorways. This particular one didn't have any oil protection, it was just a raw board. So I used a mixture of the boiled linseed oil and odorless mineral spirits to give a couple of coats of oil to this board, protect it. So those straw bales are expected to be here any day now. For any people that are new here, some of our walls here on our house will actually be made with straw bales. So we'll actually be using straw bales here over on our west side as well as our north side. And that's one of the reasons why the framing here looks as strange as it does. I got the rough openings for all of the windows and the doors placed on this north hand side, and these windows especially to kind of just look like they're hanging there. I kind of did that for a reason, so that I'm not placing boards down here, because we'll be sticking bales underneath here. So I'm thinking to myself, anywhere where I can kind of utilize those bales, get those in place. I'm thinking it'll be much better for the build, as it'll add more insulation along the walls. Of course, once we do get the bales and we stick them underneath here, then we could put in some supports to kind of hold these rough openings in place and create more support. So those straw bales will be here, and like I said, they will fill in all these gaps in here. It's really going to be the sort of like main building material of the west and north walls. So when that comes, these walls should go up pretty quick. Good morning, y'all. Now, we just finished up with a little heat wave. Here it is toward the end of October, and we've been getting some summer-like temperatures up in the 90s. But that's all over now, and temps are about to drop. We might even get some mornings that drop down at freezing temperatures. So that's kind of crazy. Going from some summer temps down to some winter temps real quick. Now, I'm making some good progress on the framing. I'd like to get the rest of this done today. And then I got a little experiment that I want to try, something that I can make sure that we can do later on when the house is complete. Or probably actually beforehand, but you'll see what I mean here in a little bit. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to knock out this framing, and then we'll see about my little experiment. Hey, you have a girl. Hanging out in your cot? Being all sleepy. It's not particularly hot out today. She usually spends the hot days inside the dome, but maybe the wind? The wind's pretty rough. You think she's trying to escape the wind?
Well, that's why I'm in here.
I am a little jealous. You get to work inside. Well, I'm getting sandblasted out there.
Yeah.
You've been making really good progress on the top of that dome, and those winds really kept you from going up there. But I didn't really stop you, did it?
No, there's always things to do everywhere, so I just worked on the cob on the inside of the dome.
And you're making excellent progress. That looks fantastic. Of course, and you're getting all those bags that have kind of torn open. You're getting those covered up. Have you been finding that to be a particular challenge?
It's actually surprising how well things have held up. Like, it's been quite a while since we've finished that dome. Those bags aren't really meant to last very long in the UV light. So I think, well, just the fact that it is inside and it's not in direct light probably helped preserve it as much as it has been. Mm-hmm. But the stuff that was exposed for a while, like before we finished the dome, those bags are the worst. And they're very fragile, so if I even just touch it, it starts falling apart.
And of course, anything falling apart really just seems to be sort of on those outer edges. Everything in the bags toward like where the weight is resting, that stuff is really compressed very nice, very solid. Nothing compromised there. Mm-hmm. It's just those very outer edges where there's no compressed weight.
I think actually like adding the cob on any areas that is falling apart, it probably strengthens it too, because when we were filling the bags, the dirt that we're putting in the bags, it's not as wet as the cob that I'm using, and obviously there's not the straw that's being added to, so all of that's going to make it really solid.
All right, I got the rest of the boards hung. Those are looking really good. I just got to place some boards going in between for the bottoms, and then I'll be set for this. Yeah, the framing will be done. Then we're just waiting for bales. So we did come up with a rooster name. We want to thank everyone for putting their suggestions down in the video. Very cool.
Yeah, I think we have fun reading through all the suggestions.
I think a lot of people liked my suggestion, Gregory Peck.
They did. And there were a lot of other really kind of creative and funny and pretty cool names too.
But what are we going with?
I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to end up just calling the rooster the Rooster because it's the only rooster. I'm just, yeah, that's how I see it going.
That's not so bad. That's not so bad. Yeah, they've come to snuff the rooster. You know he ain't gonna die. All right, I promise not to sing anymore. I mean, this is from the lady that has named some of the chickens Cream Head and Stripey Neck, so the rooster probably makes a lot of sense. But I like it. Simple, straight to the point, no nonsense. And you know who you're talking about, right? There's no confusing anything.
There's no confusion.
Yuvia's happy we're out and about for a walk doing our evening stroll. What do you think, Jess? Is it beautiful out here?
Yeah.
You look like you're chilly.
Yeah, a little chilly.
You prepared for that cold, cold morning tomorrow? Good morning, y'all. Gotta be kind of quiet. Jess is still sleeping. Yeah, it's a cold one this morning. Temps are down into the 30s. I don't know if they're gonna get quite to freezing, but might be pretty close. Alright, so until the sun comes up, just enjoying my morning coffee and staying warm. Despite the temperatures outside hitting 37 degrees, that's the lowest I saw. Inside the dome, it was still 73 degrees. Dome, perfect temperature, nice and cozy, all night long, throughout the morning. Very nice. But still chilly this morning. We're starting to warm up now that the sun's coming up over the mountains. And I want to finish this framing, and then I want to get to my experiment. So for internet, we currently use a WeBoost along with a MoFi in order to get the internet connection we have out here. But I want to see if I can use the WeBoost and connect that inside the dome to see if we could get internet connectivity inside there. I think that'll be a real bonus if we can be comfortable inside the dome while putting the videos together. So I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm hoping this works. I really want to try and use the system we have to see if this works rather than try and get a whole new system just to find out maybe it doesn't work so well. So fingers crossed, and let's see if this little experiment works.
Easy to adjust.
True. The setup's a little janky right now, but it's just temporary. Just a little test. See how it all works. Okay, all lights are green. I'm hoping that's a good sign. Let's give Jessica a call.
Hello.
Hello. Calling you from inside the dome.
Very cool.
Look how well it's working.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Coming in loud and clear, right?
Yep.
Should I take this down to the underground bedroom and see if it still works down there?
Yeah, try it out.
All right. Let's head down. All right, I am in the underground bedroom, and look at that. Still able to talk, no disconnection, and I'm underground and inside the dome. It's pretty wild. Well, I don't know. Do I still have a connection, Jess?
I'm still here. I can hear you.
All right. Looks like we have a success. Nice. And I'm happy the little Interesting that I got a call, and I'm getting a call. I wonder if it's actually working to get a little more signal out over this way, because usually I can't get anything out that way.
That's true.
But that reminds me, I'm glad the little experiment with the Wii Boost worked. It seems to work out really nicely. Can make calls inside there, can get some data in there, so that's pretty nice.
Probably the thickness of the walls of the dome really limits like the signal that you can get. Like that, those walls are like 2 feet thick.
I haven't noticed any signal degrading anywhere else, so it's possible I might just leave the Wii Boost in the dome unless we notice any kind of issues outside of that.
That'll be nice to have options as far as like where we're working.
Of course, I'll do a little bit better of a setup rather than just the little janky little thing I got attached to the chicken coop. You know, and if I raise it up a little higher, it might get a better signal. So very cool. Always time for some belly rubs, huh? She looks like in heaven to me. Hey! Oh! She wants to jump in too. Wow, so the framing is done. Very exciting. Been having some interesting weather lately. We went from like a last summer heat wave to some crazy winds, and now freezing temperatures all within like, what, a week? Now we're gonna get more rain. Rain at the beginning of November. That's crazy.
And it's scheduled to come, unfortunately, the same day that we're supposed to get our straw bales for the walls of our house.
Can you believe that? Really weird, unseasonable rain coming the same day that we're supposed to get the bales. But yeah, good news on that. The bales are coming. The bad news is it's scheduled to rain that very same day. So it should be interesting. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for both the rain and the bales. I just wish they weren't coming together.
Yeah.
But
we'll have to make some kind of plan to figure out how we're gonna do that.
And we'll have to make sure, get a plan together, make sure they're safe, and then we'll be ready to start the next phase of the build. I'm so excited. All right, y'all. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video, y'all. Bye. You're not in the right room. That's the washroom.